Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with history lesson number 4, that is early cities in the Indian subcontinent. We are going to study about the early cities which were there formed in the in on the Indian subcontinent. So there were four civilizations which came about in river valleys. Now these cities, these civilization, they were formed near the rivers. Now, why they were formed near the rivers? Because at that time, access to water, because water was required for growing crops. So that's why these people they live near the river, as we studied in the previous chapter. So the first four river valley civilization of the world, these are Mesopotamia. This is along the river Tigris and Euphrates. China along the river Huangho, and Egypt along the river Nile, and the Indus Valley civilization along the river Indus. I can show you on the world map. You can see here. This is how the four civilization are. You can see Egypt near river Nile in Africa. Then Mesopotamia you can see here. Then we have Indus Valley civilization near the river valley, and the Chinese civilization near the river Huanghu. These are the early states of the old world. So these are the civilizations. So we are going to study about these four civilization. We are going to study about only the Indian civilization, that is Indus Valley civilization. Now, so how these cities, now there was this first city which was excavated in the year 1856. This city was Harappa, and this is the part of Indus Valley civilization. So the how this city was excavated, what gave them the idea that to excavate, dug out the place and find out that which kind of people lived there. So the British, what they were doing, they were laying the railway line connecting the cities of Karachi and Lahore in 1856. The laborers once ran out of bricks and used baked bricks from some ancient ruins near the railway lines. So once what happened, there was a shortage of bricks. So these laborers they used the baked bricks which they found near the railway lines, ancient ruins. These bricks were used to make the 93 miles of railway track. Then it was discovered only later that these bricks were almost 5,000 years old. Alexander Cunningham, the director of the Archaeological Survey of India, visited this place, Harappa, in 1872. He found stone tools, seals, and pottery of an ancient civilization. Also nearby was a mound called Mohenjo-daro. So they also found a mound. Mound is just like a hill, a type of hill they found, which was the mound of, means many people, their bodies they found. Dead bodies were found, skeletons were found. Often children playing there found articles like bangles, dices, broken clay toys, etc. It was suspected that this place was once inhabited by people. So they thought this place was once the people lived over there. So they wanted to know about what kind of people lived there. So that's why they excavated that place. Excavation, that is to dig out the earth to find out about the history. Excavations were started there, and initially two cities were discovered. Which two cities? Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. These were called the Indus Valley civilization. Harappa was discovered first, so it is called, the other name of Indus Valley civilization is Harappan Civilization also. This civilization is believed to have existed between 2500 BCE to 1700 BCE. This you can see in the timeline here. Indus Valley civilization, it existed between 2500 BCE to 1700 BCE. Importance of the discovery. Now when these two cities were discovered, what happened? The discovery of these two cities changed the whole idea of how Indian civilization began. It was believed that before the Aryans came to India in about 1500 BCE, the place was inhabited by hunter-gatherers. We studied about hunter-gatherers. So it was believed that this place belonged to before 1500, before the Aryans came here. It belonged to hunter-gatherers. This proved to be incorrect. This was the earlier belief. Then the Aryans were nomads, but the people of Harappan civilization were more advanced. So this is, we are talking about 2500 BC. Aryans came later on. That shows, you can see 1500 is here. So that shows around 1500 this was the Aryan came. So this we are talking about before 1500. Who was there before the Aryans? Hunter-gatherers were there. This was the belief. But now the whole theory, whole idea got changed when these two cities were found. So they came to know that before Aryans also there were people who were more advanced than hunter-gatherers. This proved then the Aryans were nomads, but the people of the Harappan civilization were more advanced. They built planned cities, developed a script, and traded with distant lands. This proved that a great civilization had existed in India much before Aryans stepped on the Indian soil. So this proved that before the coming of Aryan in India, we have well planned cities, we have advanced system, and these people, they had a very good relation, means they had the business with other lands also. Both Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are in modern day Pakistan. So these places you can find in modern day Pakistan. The entire civilization was spread over parts of Punjab, Haryana, Sindh, Balochistan, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and western part of Uttar Pradesh. The some parts are there. The important cities are Harappa. Now these are the cities excavated. First two cities which were excavated were Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Later on they found Kalibangan, Lothal, Balakot, Dholvira, Ropar, and Surkotada. These are the other cities which were found. The entire civilization extended from Balochistan in the west to river Yamuna in the east, and from Jammu in the north to river Narmada in the south. So these are the cities. Now you can see here 7 fascinating. Now today I am sharing with you about this city, Indus Valley Civilization, about Mohenjo-daro, about Harappa. What are the fascinating facts? And then we continue later on in the next video about the other things. So you can see in the late 1820s, a British explorer named Charles Mason stumbled across some mysterious ruins and brick mound, the first evidence of the lost city of Harappa. 30 years later, in 1856, railway engineers found more bricks and they were carted off before continuing the railway construction. In the 1920s, archaeologists finally began to excavate and uncover the sites of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The long forgotten Indus Valley civilization had at last been discovered. You can see here, this is a picture which is showing they excavated the land and they found this kind of brick. Thousands of years ago, the Indus Valley civilization was larger than ancient civilization. This is one of the largest civilization. I told you about 4 civilization. One is Egypt civilization, Chinese civilization, then we had Indus Valley civilization, and the 4th one is Mesopotamian civilization. So among these 4 civilization, Indus Valley civilization was larger than the ancient civilization of Egypt and Mesopotamia combined. Many of its sprawling cities were located on the banks of the river that still flow through Pakistan and India today. Here we have the first, what is the characteristic? It is the oldest civilization in the world. Indus Valley civilization is the oldest civilization in the world. So this we can say that scientists from IIT Kharagpur and Archaeological Survey of India have recently uncovered evidence that Indus Valley civilization is at least 8,000 years old and not 5,500 years old as earlier believed. This discovery, published in the prestigious Nature journal on May 25, 2016, make it not just older than the Egyptian and Mesopotamian civilization but also the oldest civilization in the world. Then in Mohenjo-daro they also found the Great Bath. Great Bath is like a swimming pool. Not so they had 5,500 years ago, 8,000 years ago, they had made this kind of swimming pool. You can see where there were the steps are also there to go inside the pool, and it was a very nice pool that was made. So then next is, let us see what is it. Mohenjo-daro translate to the mound of dead in Sindhi. Mohenjo-daro means that is the mound of dead. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro, a watertight pool perched on the top of the mound of dirt, is enclosed with the walls of baked bricks. This bathing pool suggests that Harappans valued cleanliness. There are even small changing rooms surrounding the Great Bath, with an attached bath area in each room. So they were so much advanced that they had made the pool. Along with that, they had the small changing rooms were there, along with the attached bath area in each room. So now let us see other things are also there, that I continue with the parts as I read your chapter. Now in your book, the next page, they have shown the map of India and the extent of Indus Valley or Harappan civilization. We can call it Harappan civilization also. Why we call it Harappan civilization? Because Harappa is the first city which was found by the excavated out first. So you can see here where is Harappa on this map. We have Mohenjo-daro. You can see it is in present day Pakistan here. Mohenjo-daro. You have to mark all these cities in your map. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, you can see here. It is in so this whole part. Which are the parts which are there in Indus Valley civilization? This is the extent. This is the area which has covered the Indus Valley civilization. You can see here Gujarat part was the part of Indus Valley civilization. Okay, then we had a little bit part where Lothal is there. This part is also the part of Indus Valley civilization. Then you can see Banwali, Manda. These are some places which are in India. Some part of Uttar Pradesh, some part of Gujarat, some part of Pakistan, that makes the Indus Valley civilization. So these are the cities which are marked here. These are the cities which are excavated till now. Dholvira, you can see the Dholvira is near Gujarat coast. So that is coastal area near the coast. So now let us, we will continue this in the next class, that is the town planning. So what we have read today till now, that you can see the picture of town planning, how they have made the town, the well planned street grids and elaborate drainage system also was there. So I continue in the next class.